We've had some extraordinary scenes here in Wells today because there have been negotiations going on between local Liberal Democrats and local Conservatives. I'd like to introduce them both to you. Here they are, Dave Warburton and Christina from the Liberal Democrats. Dave, you're from the Conservatives. Yeah. You've been getting on well this morning, haven't you, chatting to each other?
Well, I've got a tie, I think, that represents the new politics of 2010. I think it's ironic that our current voting system that people are talking about changing has produced the exact parliament that reflects the national view, the disillusionment with politics and the disillusionment with politicians, and has forced the two parties together, our two parties together, to find the common ground and to look forward to somewhere where we can work together. And David Cameron said, OK, bring it on, if that's what Nick Clegg's asked for. And he's asked for it for the last 3 weeks. He said, come on, I want to work with you. So it's time for Nick Clegg now to put his policies where his mouth is and do something.
And you're happy about that? Yeah. Christina, first of all, what do you say to the two Lib Dem voters we've just heard from, who voted out the Conservative here?
I say that we didn't get the result we wanted nationally. We wanted Nick Clegg in number 10. We didn't get that, but we didn't get that because nationally only 23% of the voters voted for it. At least we've got a Lib Dem MP here in Wells, which is a great achievement, but we've got to accept the electoral arithmetic, which is that only the Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats together could create a stable government. The Labour Party couldn't do it with us. They need at least 2 more parties to create a government, and that would be pretty unstable. It's not the result we wanted, but we've got to work with it.
Work with it. Now, you two have been in the tea shop most of this morning, chatting to each other, talking about things that you agree and disagree on.
Tremendous fun.
Can you? It has, hasn't it? You've enjoyed it. Can you work together? I mean, you both know what each of your bottom lines are. Can you actually do it?
There's an awful lot of common ground, of course, between the two parties, between all people, there's a lot of common ground. We're all after the same thing. The important thing is the country. The important thing isn't the parties. The important thing is where we're going with the country, and the important thing is to sort out 13 years of Labour Party disaster, to sort out a destroyed economy and a destroyed society. Together. And I think we can do that, if that's the only way to do it. If by getting together we have a majority which will give us a strong impetus in Westminster in order that we can push through policies that are going to be difficult in order to solve the problems that we're faced with, then so be it.
All right. Christina, Liberal Democrat, Dave, Tory, getting on well together? It's extraordinary scenes here. I don't know what it's like in Westminster, but Wells is amazing.
Max, thanks very much. Well, that was fascinating, wasn't it, listening to that, the cross-section of opinion, because I suppose for Nick Clegg, you have here, the first time in decades for the Liberal Democrats, the prospect of real power. But you heard there from a couple of their supporters just the dangers that this all represents to him as well. And the same is exactly true of David Cameron with sections of his party. But the leadership, they're well aware of that as their negotiating teams continue those talks in the Cabinet Office. We'll be live.